To kickstart the conference, the inaugural keynote, I would like to invite Dr. Sharon Peng, who's the president of the IEEE Society, to the stage. A little bit about Dr. Sharon Peng. She has more than 25 years of experience in the consumer electronics engineering research, and she has been designing, developing, and also the management aspects. She has worked for Fortune 500 companies such as Philips Electronics Research Laboratories and Harman International, which is now a Samsung Electronics company. She served as senior research staff, the principal video engineer, the chief audio and video system architect, the senior engineering manager, and the director of the R&D center, and the director of product engineering. Whew, that's a lot of roles. Her expertise and experience on various professional and home electronics areas includes audio and video processing architectures, decoding algorithms, wireless transmission and receiver systems, and so on. During her professional endeavor, Dr. Peng has generated 24 US patents, and she has published numerous IEEE papers. Dr. Peng is the president of IEEE Consumer Electronics Society, and she has taken various leadership roles within the IEEE and accumulated more than 10 years of experience in serving various IEEE conferences and society activities. Welcome, Dr. Sharon.
So ICC Asia, as a sister conference, originated from ICC International Conference on Consumer Electronics. Our flagship conference happens every year in Las Vegas, together with Consumer Electronics Show in January. And we realized the need in the region that not all the engineers have the opportunity to go to US to participate in the consumer electronics conferences. So we started generating like region-based. So ICC Asia, ICC Berlin has been, happening in Europe and also in Asia. The ICC Asia last year, first one, was in Korea. So what we set up, Korea chapters, they are willing to host every other year. So then, every other year we will choose a city in Asia. And this is the first time outside of Korea we have it. We choose it at India. And we realized India as the world-recognized IT capital and a very important position for the IT and consumer electronics related software-based engineering. Most importantly here, the treasure is really the people. We realize we need to work with the local community. We get more engineers involved in our consumer electronics society-related activities and engagement and conferences. So we would like to support more in this region to have workshops, conferences. So this is our first try. Though I think we start from small, I realize and I'm confident this will grow quickly. And thank you so much for coming to this conference to support us. And also would like to thank our sponsors and all the keynote speakers and participants. Most importantly, also our organizing committees. Without your support, this is not going to happen like this. And thank you so much, and I congratulate the success opening of the conference. So I've been working in the consumer electronics industry for the last 25 years, or even longer. As our conference chair just mentioned, what is consumer electronics really? I mean, consumer electronics, for me, first, it's important. It's facing the consumers. And each one of us, even we're technologists, we're also consumers. So what we are developing here is really benefit ourselves. What's our need? What we really like to be? And what are all those high-tech technologies really useful in the consumer electronics? These are the fields like we're all interested. And consumer electronics is really the one that put all the technologies in the products that facing each individual consumers. So my talk, I would like to to actually use this opportunity to throw a break to the audience, and hopefully we can attract more Jade into our conference. And you know, the theme for this conference is intelligent living through smart technology. So for that purpose, I start my glimpse of CE industry trend talk and focus on IoT and smart audio. This is going to be very high level, half entertaining, half technology. Hope you enjoy it. So my talk will include this briefly 4 parts. First, as we said, we better understand what is really consumers' need. And secondly, I give a brief view, myself view, what is really the IoT and what is the current status of the smart audio industry. And from there, you know, I have a few slides talk about what I feel the CE industry trend. And hopefully we can stimulate some discussions from there. So about 10 years ago, we see all the consumer electronics shows focus on HD TV, you know, high capacity storage space. And so like cameras, cell phones, Blu-ray players, Super HD TV, all appears. Each year you have something new there, a big, solid, and become bigger and bigger, more and more storage. And people buying, put in their home, and in a particular locations, whenever you need it, you go to that corner and enjoy your contents on those devices. That's old-fashioned. Nowadays, especially the younger generations, we're looking for new lifestyles. Thankful to the internet availability, and your home is no longer just one corner you can enjoy your contents. So you could have multi-zone setup for your audio speakers. You can have party zone, like all the speakers synchronized to work together. But you know, you can also enjoy your family corner while some of the members are not available to be together, but that they can virtually together with you while they're doing their own thing. They can still enjoy, stream the same content at their corner. Virtually, they're with you. And the kids' content streaming in the kids' room can be monitored easily by the adults in a different site. So all this because the internet makes this available. So in all of this, we are pursuing higher and higher resolution on the audios and better quality on the higher resolutions for the videos and the better quality on the audios. And also, you want to get rid of all the wires and clutters. And we have the wireless availability with Bluetooth, with Wi-Fi, and also some of the headphones also wireless. Bluetooth is easily, but Wi-Fi is really come on board. It covers larger range, and you can walk free within like probably 50 meters distance. But most importantly, what we are searching for is best user experience. Each one of us, we want to be free from any of the devices, and we can do what we need to do with minimum touch of any physical devices. So that's really the new lifestyle. So then come to the question, achieve more smart devices. As I said, we want to be free. We want to be smart. And we still want to be able to do the things we want to do. And we can control the home appliances. We can use gestures or haptic devices to do the things that's not really in a reachable distance. And all these smart devices, voice activated things, make you be available using your voice to control your devices, to reach the contents you want to reach, and cast the content of the video into your TV without moving from your locations. So this is just a few examples here. I'm gonna talk about these devices in a little bit more detail later. But that's, we're going from old-fashioned to connected. Now we're going to smart. That's the current stages of consumer electronics industry. So think about it. What is really the consumer consumes? What are we really doing? We want to hear the MP3. We want to watch the Netflix, from your computer, from your smart devices. And we want to control the IoT devices in your home. What we are really consume, it's really the content. We want the content, go to the device, do the things we want to do. So content is really the final thing that consumers really consumes. So how does consumers' behavior change because of this availabilities on smart devices? So consumers no longer enjoy, you have to sit in a particular place, do the things, especially the younger generations, the college students, the high school kids. Like I have 2 kids, now both in college. So I can see when they grow, they were born with computers. You can't imagine, they were born with TVs. And the way they're using, they can easily multitasking while I'm not able to do all what they want to do. They grow up like that. They do things much more efficiently in the way they choose because they have a choice. So people go much more highly mobile and portable. So the traditional thinking of mainstream consumer electronics now really not be HD TV. It is really our mobile phone. Everybody has it. And newer ones can do much more stuff. We used to say, the smartphone only does probably 10% of the task. But actually, the younger generation definitely use it much more than the older generations. So we already see the changes. And also, audio-video streaming contents no longer be in your heavy-duty storage devices. It is from cloud. It is from your smartphone. You cast it to wherever you want to. Those portable projectors are available, and your computers, your home TV can be just one of the equipment you can watch your content. And of course, the smart user interfaces, you see the voice, visual, gesture, haptic, and more recent researches also focus on what is really the digital senses can do to us, to the consumer industry. What can we really bring with an affordable cost to our consumers? This actually, IEEE has a future direction group, especially working with core companies to see what kind of things we can really bring into different consumer devices, of course, including our day-to-day devices, and also AR and VR devices, and for health, for our everyday home consumer electronics, and also for some different industries. Actually, it goes to tourist use, for healthcare, for security, for all kinds of different applications. But as long as they're consumer electronics related and interested to our consumers, we actually work with them too. So ultimately, we want to achieve ease of use on this device to benefit our consumers. So we've been talking, Pradeen was talking about a lot of core technologies. What did we do with all these Fourier transforms, all those high-tech mathematics and communication theories? We do multidiscipline engineering integration, semiconductors, all of this. All of this, I think, we are not one of the consumer electronics IEEE societies, we dive down deep. Consumer electronics society, we actually interested in all these core technologies, but more on their applications and integrations. And so driving technologies into the applications, what we are talking about here. All these core technologies are driving technologies, but there alone is not achieving what we are achieving. So with the internet existence and integration with the core technologies, it makes our applications, Internet of Things and devices, consumer devices, become available. So we see, first we had internet, make things connect, and then the Internet of Things really coming to our fingerprint. It becomes available. So talking about Internet of Things now, before I talk about smart audio, there are 3 key parts we're talking about. First, we have to have internet, and we have to have things. What are the things? The things are the integrated technologies that makes physical devices and electronics. And just with internet and things are not good. We have to integrate all of this and make them work in a very harmonic and orchestration ways to become a real IoT devices. So there are 3 phases of IoT I see. And first, you have to make all these individual things connected. And then you have to make them interoperable in a way that our consumer really wants to. And then, whatever they're interoperable, it has to eventually make sense. So achieving this is really the intelligence of things. That's our ultimate goal for the IoT. So what is the current status of this IoT? In my opinion, we are still here. We are connecting the isolated things in silos. And what we can say most is that a smart remote control at level. In order to achieve the interoperabilities of things and eventually go to the intelligence of things, we have a lot to do. Including, the industries need to work together. We need to, of course, standard is a very important thing. We need to really synchronize on the technology level. How do I make things that Google make will work also on the Amazon platform or on the Microsoft platform? All of these things, needs to be interoperability. That's a big thing. We've been working on this last 15 years probably, but now it's at the stage we really have to make it work in order to benefit our consumers eventually. So there are 5 key factors of IoT products. First, time to market. It is very sensitive and very important. A lot of the key technologies we've been working last 10, 15 years, it's really come to the stage that it's get mature and can be affordable and integrated into our IoT devices. And also our market and our consumer is ready to accept it. So time to market is really important. And also this ecosystem, it can securely operating together and interactively, the ecosystem itself, And also the security part, we don't want malicious attack when we have the device on market. And the monetization part, not only the consumer can buy, but also you have to make the company to make profit and continue sustain the product to go to the market. So that's important. And also eventually the outcomes from the data needs to give a positive feedback for the things you're developing. So now, as one of the interfaces, I'm going to discuss about the IoT-related things are the voice-assisted things. I choose that is because recently I've been working on this topic, so I know a little bit more, and hopefully I can give a little bit hint how it really works. In the last 12 months, we saw Amazon release the Alexa devices. And then immediately after that, Apple has Siri and Google Voice Assistant all come to market. And recently, last 3-4 months ago, Microsoft also announced the Cortana product. And Samsung, of course, haven't been too aggressive on the market, but they also have their Bixby working, more probably released in the Korean market. In the US market, all of this now actually are competing each other in this industry. To me, I see there are 4 important parts for the AI speaker to be successful. First, it has to be internet connected, Wi-Fi connected. This will make you reachable to your content. Secondly, it has to connect to certain IoT devices so that you can use it as an entertaining device or use it as a home control or security to reach your purpose. Third, the voice control part, which is really your engine to use the service and to do the search. So the voice part is really as our hands-free interface to the world. The fourth part, whatever you're doing, it has to make sense to you. If it doesn't make sense, it's not really achieving its final purpose. So intelligent part. So what's really why we need an AI speaker? We want it to be smart. We want it to be hand-free, and it has to sound good. You don't want to have like these echoes when you're using it. You can hear yourself. That's not good. And it has to be simple and clean and easy setup. And it has to be, the ear has always been on. Whenever you use it, it's listening to you. It's available all the time. And also, it follows your command. And also, when you're home alone, you want companionship, it's available. So these are the thinking behind to support the AI speakers. So come to a little bit more. Wi-Fi part is really make the connection for you and the outside world. It makes the music, video, user content, commercial content, all this reachable to you. I mean, even some of the virtual content, augmented content, come to you easily, just in your voice. So the second, IoT connection. And nowadays, a lot of IoT devices come to market. Some of them work with Amazon platform. Some of them working with Google platform. You can buy it and connect to your home. I mean, it's, to me, it's really easy and very, very helpful. Last week, I was in Costco. I think most of you know Costco, the US supermarket warehouse. I saw a guy there, and he was asking, where's this security camera? And I was actually looking at that because of my work, so I want to see what is really connecting to which brand. And he was telling me, yesterday night, my backyard got somebody intruding in. He's really worried. So he was told, like, one of the security camera group works so well from his cell phone, so he bought that. He was telling me he heard from his friends. It's really going to help give you a peace of mind and work, especially when you are away or when you are in sleep. So yeah, a lot of people are actually start doing this for entertaining purpose or for security purpose or for ease of use, home control, light, or the temperature control, all of this. And for the like lock, you can remotely lock, unlock your home. The third part is the search engine using your voice. So there are different engines nowadays on the market. So Google search, Amazon search, and for all this available on market. So far, it seems like Google and Amazon are really ahead of these search services. And the fourth part, the good language understanding. That's a key part, actually. Whatever it's translating, it has to make sense to you for your applications. Right now, for this voice assistant speakers, mainly right now, Amazon and Google having it in the US market. But actually, starting this month, I think India will also have release from Google, and Europe, Australia, in the next few weeks, it will all become available too. Just give a few examples for the how strong and how heat up this market is. So this slide's actually from a couple of months ago. There's over 8 billion units shipped of Echo since its launch. So these are just some numbers to show like Amazon is really selling so well on these products. And, oh, sorry. Google is really catching up in similar and different ways. And they are releasing strongly, right now on market is only Google Home, but their engine, the way what they can do, an application they can connect, they're really winning the second round of the strikes, the strike back. So the first round, like 9 months ago, Alexa was actually winning the first round, compared to Alexa and Google Home, the first round of product. And the second round, from the application point of view, Google really strikes back. And recently, Amazon released the Echo Show, changed the market. So once the Echo Show on market at beginning, it has, for example, it has the YouTube supported. Last week, Google took it back, said, okay, we are no longer support the YouTube, because people buy this because the YouTube is part of the important reason. And I don't need to say that if Google is working on that or not, so you can guess. But then the Amazon, right now, if you ask Echo Show, can you play YouTube? It will say, currently, Google is not supporting YouTube on Echo Show, which is a very hard statement for the end users. So you can see they continue to fight, not so fun fight. So, these are some of the comments, like who is having what advantage on the Google and Amazon. These are the two key players right now they're fighting. So other than Google and Amazon, Cortana, Microsoft actually teamed up with Harman. In July, they released the Cortana, the first Cortana device called Invoke. This one is not on sale yet. I think it's starting this month, it will be on sale. One good thing that both Google and Amazon didn't have is it does Skype calls. It makes life so easy. And we actually demoed in Las Vegas last month. When you say, hey, Cortana, call mom. So whatever the contact you have there, as long as it's mom, you say, okay, call mom. And it calls right away using a Skype account connected to that. It's very convenient. After that, this is from IFA recently. Google, actually, these are the product I personally worked on. Google, together with Harman, we released the JBL Link product. This will be on market this month. And also with Amazon, the Allure product are coming up soon too. So this is all Google and Amazon assisted, but they don't work each other. So there are rumors and discussions talking about we should have dual platform. It is up to the user's choice when you open the box, which one you prefer. It's still rumors. We don't know if it's going to work out or not. And also, I think Microsoft more or less tried to team up with these two big partners to see if they can do multi-platform things too. So everything is still in the air, and you could be part of this thing too. So speaking so much about the AI speakers, coming to my last few slides, I want to briefly talk about what my view about the consumer electronics trend. I mean, interoperability, definitely, we need to still work on. A lot of standards, we should work together with, different industry partners, and hopefully the IEEE can play a key role there to solve this interoperability issue. And of course, the consumer electronics products will integrate more AI ingredients, and it will continue to focus on ease of use, friendly, considerate, intelligent part of the user experience. And hopefully, one machine or virtual machine can reach to multiple usage and to multiple customers. And gradually, we will really free our consumers from hand operation. No matter it's a voice or it's a visual or it's a gaze, it's a, haptic related devices or something like that, like hands-free driving, whatever. You can do the things you want to do without distraction to your main purpose. And it will expand to unconventional CE field, which means like actually we are changing the scope a little bit on consumer electronics because, for example, the healthcare, senior care, it used to be on the healthcare side, but then we see more and more consumer devices and companion devices already achieve that purpose. So expand to unconventional CE field for sure. And also standardization, it will be an important part to achieve all these purposes. And some of this advanced research on digital senses relate to the human senses. This kind of application and research with neuroscience, all those, we need to dive into deeper and collaborate with them intelligently. So still, I think the future consumer electronics, instead of the silo and remote control actions status, we really need to achieve the orchestration of the interoperability level and also become more and more intelligent and operates autonomously. With that, we can, achieve better smart devices and go to our consumers. And hope the future is bright and every one of us will benefit from there. That concludes my talk. Thank you.